As we move into our challenger match over in North America for the Deadlock Fight Night number 20, we do have a new addition you guys might not recognize. Go Block Gangsters are going to be coming in via the recommendation from Hydra Nation as a new up-and-coming team. And of course, they would be up against Larp Lords, who filled in a previous week for us when we had a team drop out. Let's see how this match is going to shape up as these two teams go head-to-head to challenge Hydra Nation for the extra $2,000 this week. With the first showing from GBG, we're all quite surprised at how well-rounded their comp was, but they had a tough matchup against the experience of Larp Lords and a showing of Wraith that we haven't seen in quite some time. Some very quick action breaks out as Blurrence secures a very early two-piece in lane. Well, but there's one thing we can't forget about is just the raw skill difference that potentially can be, and it doesn't matter how good your comp is if one team snowballs on you early enough, and you can already see Lord and M to be the first to go down as they're going to trade actually with Venus and him to fall.
And maybe a second kill in this lane as well.
The lane for GBG continues to get stronger as they manage to yet again get another double. And Calca might be having a strong start, but Venus right now is having a tough time here. The parry comes through. Lord and M down to just a little bit of HP here. Power slash not going to come through and connect in time, but it doesn't matter. Venus is going to get the kill either way. The parry bonanza going on here in the Veil. Even while winning the lanes, GBG are losing on the macro, so they turn to the urn to create a bigger lead in souls.
They're crushing right now.
No, Naked going to be getting caught out here. A great little lasso on the Hypno. The reinforce is going to be coming through as those Kevin Dome comes in to keep him alive. Blurrence is able to respawn with the kill over on to Scout. The urn still going to be on the ground to be picked up here, but GBG able to turn this fight around. The rotations, the teleportations out of Larp Lords being a little bit too slow. Naked's going to fall, and that's going to be Hypno surviving to live another day, most likely at 200 HP, but the urn still locked away in that corridor on the right-hand side.
That's a beautiful dome from Zerbzy. Turns around the fight, and it's in exactly the spot you would want it to be. Pocket died at the start of this fight, came back in, trying to turn around the fortunes of his team, but I think he's going to be going down another time here. And that's an easy take on the Guardian right around the objective. This is a dream scenario for GBG.
Both teams extremely focused on the fights with GBG starring the fisticuffs in the left lane. Of Larp Lords here, especially when it comes to Pocket, when it comes to Wraith. It's going to be the Combustive Combustion to come through, as well as the Owl over top. Blue ball going to be used to create some space and get some stuns through, so you can kind of catch out multiple players. And somehow Neil is still able to stay alive here. 300 HP. You just see the healing with the dome as well. The Cupid to come through for Lord and M. But honestly, it's just probably going to be his fate as the rest of GBG come in to rotate through to get the kill onto him.
Zerbzy so well played there. And the Affliction comes out from Pocket. Seems like it's hit maybe just the Kelvin. Great talent though in the sights. This is a critical pick off the line. They are able to secure it. And GBG have a couple low players. I don't know if they want to double down into this team. By Calico, though, interested in getting stuck in, diving straight into the back line. Huge AoE damage on everyone. And Larp Lords, they have overcommitted, bringing players back here. Blurrence getting CC'd in the last couple team fights now shows the raw damage this Calico can output, especially with that.
GBG on a 12k lead managed to get the first two urns of the game as they look for number 3.
Looks like Larp Lords wants to take the fight. They know they're at a disadvantage. Kelvin Dome secures the drop off, and GBG, they're just out of there.
After only getting an urn from picking up Rejuve after the last fight, DMB goes for the catch on Zerbzy to give them a huge advantage.
Kelvin, a little bit too deep, lifted, silence. The follow-up's coming in on him. He has the frozen shelter. If you dive overextending into this, it could be a little too much. Pocket caught inside.
He lost out Blurrence. I mean, Blurrence was on the other side of that frozen shelter. I guess it didn't really matter as they were able to get the kill off the back of that, but the one kill, what will they transition off of this? They need to keep everyone left alive. Blurrence being forced to use the ethereal shift just to survive. Enter the shadows available to continue to go for this push, as it might be Lucky to be the one to go down next, as he does have the soul exchange still available. And no, he's gonna fall. Lucky does get the soul exchange, but he falls right after. And it's a 2-for-1 trade for GBG. We continue to be treated with abnormal builds with Zerbzy Early Refresher and Lord and M's Echo Shard Viscous.
Oh, man, he's full nuker Viscous. He has the Echo Shard nuking build, so he's going to do so much damage actually in the late game. Not the normal Viscous build we see. And here's the VC. Oh my, the threat on the Kelvin almost one-hitting him. And DMB gets the follow-up, traded just immediately back though by Hypno. And arguably that's a bigger loss here for Larp Lords. Without DMB, can they still deliver the damage to win this fight? Neil coming into the engagement as well now. Viscous online. The grab comes in from the Pocket ulti, connects on a couple, but immediately ulted off here by Yamato, who's willing to just gamble, diving into the backline, taking a risk here. Has another ulti with his own refresher. So once again, GBG playing off the back of these refreshers immaculately, doubling down, re-engaging into the team fight.
They're really showing no signs of stopping here. They're just continuing to push through as well. On top of this, Dude's going to arrive. And he has a lot of damage behind him as he's able to take down Venus. But Neil and Blurrence able to respawn in quick fashion as they take down 5 players from Larp Lords. Just left to do. And with the mid boss respawning, this is a perfect time for GBG to go for that. But they have the left walker to go down. That's going to be the second of the game for them. After taking Rejuve and turning in the urn, GBG look to go on the offensive.
Another cube coming in. He's so hard to deal with on this Viscous, but it seems inevitable now. Hex came in though on Bamos at the same time. There's that Echo Shard Hex coming in on the Infernus as well. 1 for 1 for now. Just a Rejuve death though for GBG. They're happy to take trades. They're happy to turn this into a long fight.
Ooh, that's going to be the paradoxical swap to come through, but it puts Scout maybe in a bad position as Neil's able to get himself another kill on the DMB. This time he's got a lot of damage behind him. He's got no flame dash to close the distance though. It feels like the 10th urn turn-in for GBG, but investing the Frozen Shelter to confirm the turn-in ends up being the demise for them. Lose out on 3 players and their last walker.
Oh, he dropped the urn. He dropped the urn to drop the shelter. Still going to get it off for free. No refresher though, so that means there's no Frozen Shelter available. Kelvin just has to full run for the hills here. The rest of the squad turning up. It's a 1 for 1 for now. Bemas wasn't able to get those ultis off and stay alive long enough into the fight. Lawrence super low as well, so Larp Lords got blood in the water. They're going to chase a couple kills, find more. 2 for 1 though with the urn turn in is not the end of the world at this point in the game.
I think they might be able to get Lord off of this too. See him being slowed up here with the Arctic Beam, even going for the chase on this. Is Lucky, who has the Soul Exchange, going to use it directly onto Neil. They look to run away from this one, and as you pointed out before, that curse being instrumental out of Scout to get the kill on Venus extremely early in that fight. And Xerxes, yeah, he's gonna fall from this. So a great turnaround for Larp Lords. You lose their own turn in, but you get quite a few kills on top of this. And the mid boss has respawned back in with 3 players dead on a 70-second respawn timer for Xerxes. The chase had continued by GBG at such a crucial time of mid boss being up.
Playing with the confidence they've showed all game long, not looking like it's their first time. And now the aggressive Frozen Shelter traps DMB in, who's just dodging, trying to escape, manages to keep his HP pretty high despite being in the full duration Frozen Shelter. Another one. Surely that's too much for DMB. He's life stealing as much as he can. The Yamato still has the ulti, still wants to keep this engagement going. GBG, though, they're out of Frozen Shelters, out of backup options. Larp Lords willing to take the engagement as well, willing to fight it. Copied ultimate from Sinclair, allowing him to tank through all these stuns. Lord and M rolling through everyone on the goo ball. Yamato in trouble, has to tether out, trying to escape. No more escapes, no more survival for this Yamato. Starting to feel tremendous pressure. Geist now over the top, and it's too much. It seems like Larp Lords.
Mid boss just uses bait to lure in the real prize by GBG.
The roll though from Lord NM, it's a key tool. And coming through the Frozen Shelter, did not know Yamato could do that. Now into the engagement with the Kelvin. DMB forced to TP away, forced to escape from the fight. Yamato wants to chase, but yeah, DMB's nowhere to be seen. He's all the way out of there. Yamato forced into the ulti as well. Both teams dropping low, but still no players on the deck just yet. Refresher for Yamato if she wants to double down with the chase. She will do that. And so many players on 1 HP for Larp Lords. There's a real opportunity for Yamato to really snowball clean this fight up with those continuously extended shadow forms. But the cube keeps Viscous alive long enough. That means you can't get the extension for Yamato. And despite being on such low HP, the brawl continues for Larp Lords. They're staying alive. Pocket low on skills, forced out for the moment. Now Paradox, the last one left to be the frontliner. Pocket as well, getting the heal, getting right back in on top of everybody. GBG can't get the catches for all the targets they've set low. They haven't been able to secure the kills. 3 on 4 here in the engagement.
Man, I don't know what the hell is happening here. These ethereal shifts just buying so much time for everyone on both of these teams. One fact is going to remain true, though, is Do able to just put out a ton of damage here in the middle of this fight. Infliction's going to go off catching out 3 players, and those 3 are going to fall very, very quickly as he goes for the chase here. The cloak going to be used to try to go for the catch onto Neil, who's just being bursted down here in close proximity. Oh, okay, actually, Neil, he might turn it around. The steal's going to be able to come through, but that's Paradox in the last second. Scout able to stun him up and to lock him down. And finally, when all's said and done, it's a 5-for-2 trade in favor of Larp Lords. With back-to-back urns and mid-boss, Larp Lords have their biggest lead they managed to get this entire match. Almost 50k up, and this laid in, all it takes is one more fight for Larp Lords to finish off the game. Go for the bait here, the Sloan Hexes, everything being used. Also the swap directly on the Yamato. The curse hadn't come through in time though to stop the Shadow Transformation, but the burst is still going to be there either way. Larp Lords take down 2 players right off the bat, and GBG have to immediately turn tail and run back towards their base, who won't even be allowed to. So Larp Lords continue to go for the push here. You can see League trying to do as much damage as he possibly can. Only at 50k souls. He's kind of split off from the rest of his team. The Frozen Shelter's going to buy some time as they're going to push through yet again straight in towards Kelvin. Stoppable won't stop death, but maybe the Frozen Shelter can, as the second one's going to be used, and he's continuing to play Ring Around the Rosie with Larp Lords. But that is still either way 4 deaths, and you know what? That has to be the base cracked open. Even a majestic carpet ride to come through to lock this one down.
Yeah, it's going to be first phase Patron for sure. Curious to see, though, how the priority comes in for Larp Lords. Although, hold on. Hypno grabbing one, pulling Viscous into the base, but is Viscous able to slip out with the help of the Warp Stone? Looks like they are going to drop first phase Patron. Curious to see if Larp Lords elect to double down and keep this fight going. Remember, GBG are very reliant on their ultis and refreshers, and I think those 2 stall kills, League and Zerbzy on long spawns, may have doomed this game. Larp Lords up 6 versus 4. Desperate defense here for GBG. This would truly be an incredible showing if they can get it done. Curse onto the Yamato, just doesn't quite have the ulti online, was forced into that engagement. I mean, the Patron dies so quickly at this point, and so Larp Lords are going to be your challengers, going to move on to that money match to take on Hydra Nation.
Even though Larp Lords did take this match, we saw some very great things out of GBG and some really good insights to what North America can bring to Deadlock, where all it seemed too dead and too non-existent in the competitive sense for a long time. GBG unfortunately do not advance on into the money match, but that means Larp Lords get the chance to once again take on Hydra Nation to potentially take home our special prize of DFN number 20 of $2,000.